Hello everyone and welcome to episode 29 of the Carp Hunt. As you all know, well quite a lot of you will know, I ran a competition the early part of this year for 2 people to come down and fish with me on Forest Pond Specimen Lake, and yeah, the winner of that competition was Lee Roberts, who we've got here on my right. Say hello Lee.
Hello Lee.
And he's chosen to bring down his mate Alex with him as well. Say hello Alex.
Right.
Yeah, we've got here, we've had a good look around. There was no one actually fishing here last night, which I'm quite surprised about, but hopefully that'll only benefit us. You know, the fish have had a bit of a break last night for any lines being in the water. And yeah, we've had a good walk around the whole lake, done a lap, and yeah, we've seen a good few fish. Seen some fizzing going on out there as well, so it's looking very, very good. Basically, obviously, because Lee won the competition as well, we've given him first choice of swim. Jammy bugger, but so yeah, Lee's chosen to go in the middle. He's using his little Nash bushwhacker as well, so there's a nice few little spots there where around the back of the island where we can get him with that. Alex had second choice and he's chose to go into the car park, probably one of the favoured swims on the lake, and yeah, I think you're pretty happy with it, ain't you, Alex?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
no pressure, no pressure.
And yeah, so I'm up the top end for this session, and yeah, again, we're walking around. We've seen every swim we've gone into, we've seen something which looks positive and something to go on for our session. So yeah, hopefully we'll have a good one. But yeah, until then, guys, we're going to head off now, get all set up in the swims, and yeah, we'll see you soon. Tight line. Carpers. I'm all up in my swim now, up in the top end. I haven't got the rods out yet. What I've done is I've got in the waders, got into the water, because I've got a lot of overhanging ferns in the swim I'm in. So getting up towards the top end to the left of me is quite a bit of a difficult cast with all the overhanging trees there and that. So what I've had to do is get in the waders, get into the water, wade out a little bit, and then yeah, and get a nice cast up there then. So I've had a little lead around it there. Found it's all right there. It's a bit silty, but it's nice and clear up there. So yeah, well presented. I'm going to be fishing helicopter style for this session anyway, because I know it can be quite choddy up this end, like, so yeah, helicopter setup is going to be the way to go forward on this session. But yeah, so I found that spot there. I've got another spot over to the right hand side of that reed line. There's a nice little cove up there, so yeah, I've had a little lead around it there, and not too tight, probably about a rod length back from the margin, maybe a little bit more. It clears a little bit more there, it's not as silty. So yeah, I've clipped up to that one. I've gone round and just hand fed some bait onto them spots as well. And then yeah, there's quite a productive tree in this swim as well, so I've got one just to the right hand side of that, goes down with a nice crack. It's a pretty well known spot in this swim. A lot of people do fish it, but it does still produce all the time. It's quite snaggy, that tree, so yeah, the fish do like to get under there and, you know, try and get that bit of safety under there, but hopefully we can winkle one out from there this session. There has been a little issue going on with the lake at the minute, because they had a bit of a few of the pike died last year when they had the oxygen crash. The spawning, there's a few that have come for, well, you know, they're not getting eaten, so there's quite a lot of £1 to £2 fishing here at the minute, and from a lot of people that have been fishing down here, they've been like just giving me updates about what's going on and stuff like that. And yeah, apparently they've been a bit of a pain in the backside. So with that knowledge, you know, coming into this session, I've ordered myself 22mm bottom baits to go in there. You know, I'm not feeding no chops, no particle, nothing like that. I've just got 15mm and 22mm straight out of the bag. I've just glugged them up a bit, that's the only thing I've done to them. Just a bit of water in the bucket, bit of glug, just to soften them up a touch. And yeah, I'm just hand feeding a few of them, and then on the hook bait side of it, it's just going to be a snowman. So more than likely a 22mm bottom bait with a 16mm pop up. Might trim the 22mm down a little bit because yeah, it might be a little bit big, but I've knocked up 2 types of rigs for that as well. One's just a standard hair rig with size 2s on there, so if I do decide the 22mm, you know, there's plenty of hook there. Then the size 2s are still not the diameter of that bait kind of thing, so it should be alright. And then I've got size 4s set up with a D-rig looper liners on there with a micro swivel on it as well, just so we'll just bait floss a snowman onto that. And yeah, I tested them at home, it sits all nice off the hook and everything. So that is going to be the plan for this session, guys. Hopefully it comes good. It's looking really well. It's quite muggy, it's overcast. We're going to have quite a bit of rain this weekend, so really carpy conditions. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, play that waiting game now. I'm not going to get the rods out in my swim just yet because I've had a bit of a lead round, you know, a lot of disturbance going in now. I've put in a good few handfuls of bait on a couple of them spots as just to try and there's definitely some fish about, so just want to try and draw some in, get some confidently feeding on even one of the spots. You know, that's all it takes is one spot to be confidently feeding, and yeah, you can have an awesome session. So that's what I've done for the minute. I think we're on about 10:30, 11 o'clock, something like that now. Probably not going to get the rods until about 5, 6 o'clock this evening. I'm going to give it a good rest. Go and have a bit of a social with Leigh and Alex as well. You know, have a good chat with them, see how they're approaching the session kind of thing as well, what they're going to be doing. But yeah, you know, it's mainly about them this weekend. I do really want to see them catch a fish, and you know, help them as much as I can with the knowledge I have of this place to help them get a bank of fish or two. You know, they've travelled all the way down here, so yeah, it would be nice for them to bank a fish or two this session. But we shall see, guys. For now, I'm going to shut up waffling. I would say I'm going to get the kettle on and have a nice coffee, but with this diet I'm on, I'm only allowing myself 1 cup a day, and I've already had that cup today, so water it is. Yeah, but we'll see what happens, guys. I'll speak to you soon. So I've got all 3 of my rods out now. We are just gone past 2:30, so a little bit earlier than I was planning on getting them out. I was going to leave it till about 5, 6 o'clock this evening, just let the swim really settle and let some fish draw in. The fish have definitely drawn in. There's been a couple of shows already. You know, one of them was one of the big girls as well. Definitely a good sized mirror that jumped out. There's been a lot of the small ones as well I've seen flicking around a bit around the swim, but yeah, that was 100% two good fish that had jumped out up there. So yeah, so I've got the rods out now. There's quite a bit of bait up along the left hand, where I've got the left hand rod over towards the cove on the left hand side, along that bay there. And all I've done is put a nice little spreader boilie along there. Like I say, I'm only using whole baits, just 15 millers and 22 millers, because I want to try and deter these little fish as much as possible. They can go down there and try and have a little pick up, but mainly most of the food there hopefully is going to be eaten by the bigger carp. So yeah, and definitely my up bait is not going to get picked up by one of these small ones. You know, it's a 22mm bottom bait with a 16mm pop up on there, so they shouldn't be getting that in their mouth at all. But it wouldn't surprise me if one of them managed it somehow. That would just be more luck, that will. But yeah, so we've got 3 rods out now. We'll give it a go. We'll see what happens. I'm quite confident. You know, like I say, there's a few fish up here at the minute. There's a few fish splashing around. There was fizzing up here this morning up in that area as well. So yeah, confidence is high. I haven't really fished this top end too much in the past. I've only done a couple of sessions on here before. I think I've done 2 or 3 up in this top swim. The majority of them, it's always been down in the car park end. It's pretty much my favourite swim. It's one of the favourite swims of the lake really, but just depends on what you know of the lake. Like I say, I've done a couple of sessions in this one, and I feel like I'm getting my head around this swim a little bit more now. You know, I'm finding these extra little bit of spots. Getting down into the water has definitely helped today, you know, with the waders, and being able to get proper casting around and having a good little feel around. That's definitely helped the situation for this weekend. So yeah, I'm confident of a fish this weekend up in this swim, but we shall see. The other 2 lads, Andy and Lee. Andy's actually had an occurrence over to his right hand side. If anyone's watched it before, the episode where Sean jumped down into that swim with me and he had that fish from under the tree, overhanging trees to the right side, there's a little gap where you can get in. Sean caught his 31 pound or 32, I can't remember exactly what it was now, but it was in the 30s anyway. And yeah, that's where Sean had that fish from, and Andy's got one fishing under there as well. Alex, sorry, not Andy, his name's Alex. He had one fished under there as well, and he's had a pick up, but has managed to get into the snag hill just to the right of it. There's some bit of the tree foliage, like, you know, it's just under the water a little bit, and he's managed to get rid of the hook into there. Like, it's gone out, took out into the boat, and yeah, it was just a hook into the trees there, sort of thing. So that's a shame, but you know, it's confidence boosting for him. At least he knows there's something going on in his swim. He's found somewhere that's going to be producing fish. But what they've done for now though, because they've actually been going at the swim kind of hard throughout the day today, like I did earlier on this morning, they've actually had a little reeling and they're just heading up onto the top pond now just to go and wet a line up there, you know, why not? They haven't been down to this venue before, so they want to make the most of it, you know. So yeah, they've gone up there for an hour or 2, get the rods up there, let their swims die down a bit, and then they'll get their rods back out for around dinner time-ish. But I think Alex is definitely on for a fish or 2 this session. You know, I've seen quite a bit going on down in that swim earlier when we've been having a walk around and that, so yeah, I definitely think he's on for a fish or 2. I reckon Lee will do alright, hopefully. I'm just hoping they both have a fish each, you know. That'll be good enough really, after I'm travelling down there. That's all I want for them, is a fish each, but hopefully they get more than that. But for now guys, I'm going to keep my eye on this swim, because I don't know, I've got a feeling it's not going to be long for a bite. I'm probably just jinxed myself now by saying that, but like I say, there's a bit of action going on up here. But yeah, let's see if we can capture some of that action on a rod very shortly. Speak to you soon guys. It's just coming up to 8 o'clock now. There hasn't been loads going on so far today. Lee's had 2 little 1-pounders so far. One of them is a cracking little scaly one though. Nice near on fully scaled mirror. I did have a take. Sean and Carly showed up here, so they were here having a chat and that, and I had a little drop back. Nothing, no, I think it might have just been one of them little ones having a crack at the bait. But after they left, I got the rods back out, and yeah, I had another take on the tree out in front of me here. I'm fishing it bow tight as well, you know, locked up. It can't take anything. All it can do is kite on the line, and even that's been enough for it to manage to find a little snag just under the tree there. And yeah, it's got into it, but Lee's brought the boat up for me. I've gone out in there. Lee's holding the rod up. I've gone out into the boat, got in under the tree, managed to pull the line up, and I've got as the retrieving's coming up as well, I can see the fish there. So no, it was easily a 20-pound mirror. And yeah, but it's had a little pull down, and then as I brought it back up, there was nothing there. So the hook's just come out. Oh mate. Oh, mate. Yeah, the hook's just come out, and yeah, it's in the snag. What I did manage to do was get the boat buried quite a deeper bit, and I managed to pull this snag up. Basically what it is, where you've got a couple of big trunks under the water, there's a root coming up off it, and I've managed to fold that up out of the way and took it behind some other bushes. So managed to clear that little tiny area there. So hopefully when another bigger fish turns up, we'll be doing all right. But yeah, I have had a little frigging pasty comment as well.
22 mil, wasn't it?
22 mil bottom bait and a 16 mil pop up. And yeah, somehow he's managed to just, he couldn't get it. We had him in the net here, and actually got a 22 mil bait and tried to put it in his mouth.
Yeah,
and he
it's shocking. The mouth was like the big, well.
Sean would have got his ding dong in there. That's how small it was.
Yeah, I mean, I'd enjoy. I would have said no, mate. I do like a common.
No, sorry, yeah, mate.
No, standard.
But yeah, so we're going to chill out for a bit now. Hopefully, we'll see you soon with a fish.
Tight lines.
Morning, carpers. And yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the arse on this session's turning out to be at the minute. These little tiny nuisance carp that are in here at the minute, these 1 to 2 pounders, a bit of a right pain in the backside. You know, I'm fishing 22 mil bottom baits out there, snowman knot style, with a 16 mil pop up on it, and I've still had 3 of them. How the hell they're managing it? But what I think they're doing, because I was getting knocks and that again last night, I just kept getting did it, and it was constant, and it was about 3 o'clock in the morning. I thought, that's it, I've got to reel it in, because you know, if that's going to happen or not, I'm not getting a win. I'm absolutely shattered. So 6 o'clock in the morning now. So yeah, I brought that in about 3 o'clock, and when I brought it in, the bottom bait that was on there, the boilie, all the bottom half of it pretty much had been et on it, so they're going down there, they're sucking from the sides on it, I think, and then that's how they're managing. As they're going for a suck on the side, they're getting that hook sometimes flying in and catching them. So yeah, it's not because the baits won't fit in their mouth at all. I tried putting a 22 mil in one of their mouths, and it gets nowhere near in the mouth. So when they're coming down and pecking at that bait, they're managing to just inhale the hook every once in a while on it. But while they're doing that, without picking up the hook, I'm just getting constant bleeps on it. Absolute annoying. So yeah, I brought that rod in last night about 3 o'clock in the morning, well, early hours of the morning. And yeah, I've just been up about half hour now. So I got up, got that rod back out on the spot. No bleeps or anything yet on it, thank God. Hopefully they've moved off of that little spot now. I'm not going to put, because I put a fair bit of bait around that tree yesterday on that side. So I'm not going to put anything there this morning. I'm just going to leave that single. Hopefully there should be still a load of 22 millers there, no 15 millers. Hopefully they've munched all the 15 millers and there's just 22 mil bottom baits left there. So, you know, the only thing that's going to eat them are the bigger carp. So hopefully if I just leave that area now, yeah, don't put any more bait in there now, and it'll just be 22 mils fishing on the bottom with my snowman there. So hopefully that might work today. Like I say, it did work yesterday. I did get a fish yesterday. Sadly, it managed. Because where it is, the spot is, it's just to the right of the trees. Even on a tight line, it's got that margin to kite left kind of thing. You know, you can go left or right still, can't it? So yeah, managed to get into a bit of a snag there. And then when I was out there in the boat, lifting up the line, the fish was still on. And I could see this branch is coming out from the bottom roots and up, and yeah, I have managed to push that root right back up into the middle of them trees. I got into the middle of the trees basically with the boat, managed to lift that up and took it out of the way. So fingers crossed that's cleared one of the main snags down there, but I know there is a few, but that's I'm fishing tight line, so I'll be on that rod straight away anyway. But yeah, I think it was just where the lead's ejected, it's come up in the water, and as that one's come out, it's managed to just get wrapped around it somehow. But yeah, that one's clear out of the way now, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be able to land the next fish that I'll get a bite on there. It might be a call of possibly moving just up onto the top lake. You know, catching bigger fish up there at the minute, got more chance of a bite. I know it might be a bit more of a runs water, but at the end of the day, they're here to catch some fish, so yeah, we'll assess the situation come midday today. We'll see what happens. I think we're due some rain from about 8 o'clock till about 10, 11 today, so we'll let that pass over, carry on fishing for now, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully Alex has had a fish through the night. I'm going to check on them in a little while. I'm just going to let these rods fish for a bit first, and then I'll have a little check on them, see how they've got on through the night, and yeah, I'll let you know how they've got on. And hopefully yeah, they've had something. If not though, like I say, we'll have a chat and maybe think about if there's space up on the top lake, making a move up there, just getting some bait, filling it in with bait, and hopefully having a good 24-hour on there with them. For now, it's my first coffee of the day. I'm allowed this one today, so actually Lee did spoil me a bit yesterday as well. I had some nice big Cumberland sausages, had a nice little side salad with it though as well, and a nice big chocolate cupcake, but we ended up eating quite late last night, so that wasn't good for the old weight loss journey, but never mind. I'll be back in that gym next week and hopefully burning off all them calories I'm going to put on this weekend. But yeah, for now, let me latte, and hopefully we'll have a fish this morning, but yeah, we shall see. Speak to you soon, guys.
Right, carpers, so we're just coming up to 11:30 now. I had all 3 rods in and just went and had a little walk around, try and clear my head a little bit, have a little bit of a rethink of how to approach the rest of this session, so hopefully nail a good fish. The other 2 rods that I brought in, the ones that are fishing up towards the far reed line up to my left, had both been whittled down a little bit again, not too much, but they hadn't been out that long. But the one next to the tree, which I had a bite from yesterday, which was the one that snagged me up, I brought that one in, and the bottom back hasn't been touched at all on that one, so I think all the fish have moved off all these little ones and they're going in on that bait that I put in there yesterday. So what I'm thinking of doing, I've just had a little cast around by the front of the tree as well. It's a little bit silty there, but I'm just going to fish that with a helicopter set up again as well on there. But yeah, I'm going to go one at the front of the tree, one to the right of the tree where I've had a bite, and then come just to the right of that, fish towards the reed line. I've got a good drop down on that there. But the tactic, what I'm going to try and do this time is I'm going to fish with 22 mil bottom baits. If anything does pick that up, hopefully it should only be something big. They might get the odd little one still manage to get this hook somehow, but there's no way he's going to pick that bait up. They might whittle it down a little bit, but I'll know if they're there on it because I'm going to be fishing it tight lines, locked up. So any little knocks, I'll know that there's fish there, so I'll know that I'll have to change that bait up every few hours kind of thing. And I'm not going to put any bait in them areas as well. Fish visit them areas quite regularly on this lake, so what I'm going to do is just fish it with these singles, these big gobstopper singles on there. Well, I say singles, it's a double, but like a single hook bait. And yeah, hopefully that will work. My mind's, I'm feeling a little bit better now, just having just a reel in and just a little walk around. I went and had a little walk around the top lake and that. And yeah, hopefully I've found a little plan that's going to work. But only time will tell, we shall see. So I'm going to get all these 3 rods done up now, get all these baits to them and get them on those spots. And hopefully we'll nick a nice chunk soon. Right guys, finally we've landed a decent carp. Not the biggest one in the lake by any means, but yeah, an 18-pound 4 common. Literally that rod's been out there about half hour, just off the reeds. And yeah, she's got away with this cracking looking common. Absolutely buzzing. Hopefully now I've found this little tactic that's working, you know. It's just a single bait that I've chucked out there, just that double 22 millers, no bait around it. And yeah, finally we managed to pick one up. But yeah, we're going to get some shots of this one now, get it back and get that rod back out, and hopefully, yeah, the session's going to turn around a little bit now. We might have found the key to it, and hopefully we can grab a couple of the big girls. Let's get in. Alright, here we go then guys. Nice 18-pound 4 common. First one of the trip so far. Well, let's get this one back to our own. Right, hey carpers, so yeah, that little tactic change has just worked a treat. Didn't take long, about 30 minutes that rod was out there in the swim. Just I didn't put no boilie at all around that one. Around the tree, I've just put 10 boilies, but just scattered them around the front. You know, not a handful, not in one spot, it's just little few trucks, just to get some smell in the swim and stuff like that, and hopefully get some of the being, just, you know, confidently picking up a couple of baits. But yeah, the one at the reeds to the right of the tree, that was the one I just had that fish on, and yeah, it was a double 22mm bottom bait on there, and yeah, it was a nice little take where I bent right round, jumped into it, and yeah, the result, a nice 18-pound 4 ounce common. Well chuffed now, you know, it's not the biggest fish in the lake, but I'm just happy to have managed to finally got one on the bank. You know, I think I've tweaked it enough now to where that's going to be the go-to now to get these fish on the bank, hopefully. Hopefully it just wasn't a fluky pickup, a lucky pickup. Never is it when it's like carp fishing. It's never a fluky pickup. It's all about skill. But yeah, I've chopped and changed, and I've found the key that's working, hopefully. So yeah, we'll see how the rest of the session goes now. But I'm brimming with confidence again. Come on.
Oh, it's, are you fishing a helicopter?
No, I don't know quite what is happening there, to be fair.
We got Lee here, bringing down the average weight. Look again. Bloody hell, Lee.
Standard approach for me. Oh man, still on.
Carpers, so I just thought I'd give you an update. We're just coming up to 8:30 now in the evening. Not been really too much else going on today. The good news is it's gone quite quiet now in my swim, where I was getting constant bleeps all the time from these little fish. I think this new little tactic that I've employed now into the session is working quite well. You know, I haven't had any little knocks, I haven't had any little bleeps, anything like that going on now. So hopefully the only bleep that I will be getting is when I get a proper fish on. Fingers crossed. But yeah, we've just been having a bit of a social in Lee's swim in the middle. You know, we had a bit of a barbecue, a bit of sausage, a bit of salad and that as well, a couple of ciders, and yeah, a good old chinwag. And yeah, it's what it's all about sometimes, isn't it? A bit of the social side to the carp fishing. But yeah, while we were sitting there as well, Lee had a belting little take. He did all right, slapped up the bobbin, did bosh right against the alarm. It's into it, and he ding 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 straight away. Another little 1 pounder. Yeah, at least I'm not getting hounded by these little ones now at the minute. They do seem to be bothering the lads a little bit still, but I think they're trying to go with the same kind of thing now as well. They're not putting too much bait in, like I said earlier, or the only place I've put a bit of bait is just scattered around the edge of the tree line, and it's only like 10 baits just loosely flicked around just to hopefully get them down there and just picking up a few baits, and then hopefully once they get some more one, you know, they'll confidently pick it up. So yeah, that's the update for now, guys. I'm going to be putting the camera away in a minute because I'm absolutely knackered. I'm going to roll in early tonight. I only had about 2 hours sleep last night because of that constant bleeping all night. So yeah, I'm going to roll in a bit early. Hopefully get a good night. Well, I'll say hopefully get a good. I wouldn't mind a good night's sleep, but I do want to catch a nice fish through the night as well. You know, I'd rather take that over a good night's sleep. I'm still searching for that first 30 pounder out of this water as well. You know, like I've said before, I've come close to 29.5 pounds. But yeah, it would be nice to break into my 30 bracket onto this water now as well. I've been putting in a hell of a lot of work down here, so I do feel like I deserve it. You know, I've made the changes this session as well, and tweaks and that I've had to make to try and get the most out of the session. And yeah, I've had a good fish so far. But yeah, I still want another one or two, you know. But yeah, we shall see. But yeah, like I say, guys, I'm going to get the camera packed away now. Because yeah, I'm not going to try and catch a run on camera or anything like that. Like I said, I am going to turn in. Probably just watch a little episode on my phone, something of carp fishing, and then yeah, probably fall asleep. So hopefully you'll see me through the night, or probably earlier than that, with the fish, guys. If not, I'll see you all in the morning. Good night.
Right, and there we go. Literal 13 pound, 12 ounce filly. A little bit bigger than the other filly scale, but yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit bigger than your last fully, mate.
Just a little bit. Yeah,
yeah,
well,
absolute top result, mate. It's last morning as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. Last
Managed to
morning,
save the blank.
Definitely saved the blank, and I'm over the moon. I mean, that
A little
is
close up
absolutely
on that.
stunning. Well happy with that.
Beautiful fish, mate. Beautiful.
Fish, isn't it? As they say, scaly banger.
Well done, Lee.
Oh, lovely. Appreciate it, and like I say, thanks very much for sort of like the invite, and obviously, yeah, it's lucky enough to win sort of like the competition that you run, and yeah.
No problem, mate. No problem. It's been my pleasure.
Amazing time. It's been really good.
Still time for another one yet as well, mate.
Oh,
Come on.
yes, indeed it is. Yeah, hopefully, sort of like you know, only well, early part of Sunday morning, isn't it? So,
Yeah, it's about what,
yeah.
1:30, something like that now.
Yeah.
Happy days, mate.
Indeed. Sort the rod out, get it back out on the spot, and hopefully another one will do.
Lovely.
Brilliant, lovely.
Right then, carpers, absolutely buzzing. A nice little 5 AM wake up call. Just had a quick coffee and let her recover in the sling while I get everything set up and that as well. And yeah, I've had this cracking 23 pound mirror on that same spot again over towards the reeds. Oh, check that one out. Nice little dark mirror. You know, as we come into the winter time as well, these will proper start showing their winter colours as well when this water clears up and everything. But yeah, she was taking on the double 22mm bottom baits as well from Mad Baits and Nuts. And yeah, it's working a treat. They hadn't been touched as well through the night. You know, they hadn't been whittled down or anything like the pandemic ones were. So yeah, I think that's definitely the tactic has worked for us. It's took a little while to get the tactics working, but yeah, we finally got there, and we're getting a couple of rewards for it now. Obviously, Lee had that 13 pound, what was it, Lee? 13?
13, 12.
13, 12, wasn't it? Yeah, fully scoured last night. And then yeah, this one's rocked up this morning, so just hoping Alex can bag a fish now as well, and yeah, that'd be happy days, each one of us bagging a fish this trip. Right then, guys, so here she is, all 23 pound of that. Absolutely beautiful fish. So yeah, the trip's actually gone quite well, to be fair. It started off a little bit on the tricky side with all these small carp, but yeah, I think in the end we found the key. We've managed a few fish, but yeah, like I say, let's just hope Alex can get that one more. But yeah, we'll slip this girl back now and send her back to her home. Mwah, thank you, girl. Lovely little bronze colour on her there on the bottom. There she goes. Woo! Get in. Good morning, carpers. And yeah, we're on Sunday morning now. It's the final morning for the lads. Luckily, Lee had one last night, and I was £13.12 fully scaled mirror. That's about 1:30 in the morning, I think that was. And then yeah, I was woken up 5 o'clock this morning with that 23 pounder, so I'm quite happy with how the session's gone. You know, it's a good job yesterday that when I reeled in, I just went and had that walk, just to clear my head and have a think about things, you know. Have a think about how to carry on the session and be successful. You know, and it did. It's paid off. It's worked. What I found was with the 22mm baits, I'm using Pandemic and nuts, the nuts ones. The Pandemic ones seem a bit softer, and every time they were coming in, they'd been whittled down. But the nuts ones are staying solid out there. So yeah, that's what I did last night on that, the one by the reeds. I was just doubled up with them, same as I did earlier on in the day as well. So yeah, thank God I found that tactic that was working for me. And yeah, it's managed to put a couple of fish on the bank. Shame I lost the one on the first day as well under the snaggy tree out there, because I'd be on 3 fish now, you know, and just shy of 48 hours. So that would have been well, it's been a good session anyway, either way, you know. I've had a lot to deal with again this session, but yeah, I've managed to get my head around it and get the fish on the bank, so that's good. That's happy days, that is. But they're going to be going off today. I think they're good because their ferry's not booked till about, I think it's 6 o'clock this evening, so they'll probably string out the day. You know, there's nowhere else booked on, so I'm sure Paul will be fine with them just fishing an extra few hours before they head off. I'm hoping Alex can catch one fish before he goes. I think they might even nip up on the top pond for a couple of hours if Alex is still struggling a bit, just so he can get bending the rod up on there. But yeah, I've still got 48 hours left of my session to go. I'm staying. I was going to stay until Wednesday, but I'm only doing until Tuesday now. I'm contemplating on possibly just doing a 24-hour down here, and then I might cut this episode there and then head up onto the top lake and just film an episode up on the top lake as well. So I'm in two minds of what I'm doing. I'm happy with how this session's gone so far. If I can bag another fish or two as well in the next 24 hours, then yeah, I think I might head up onto the top lake, you know, monopolise my time while I'm here and get another episode banged out up there. You know, I've got plenty of bait on me. The fish up there like a bit of food as well, so yeah, hopefully get a big bed of bait out there and hopefully get amongst some fish up there. Maybe catch another big catfish. You know, I had a 48 pounder last week. Didn't film that because you know, I was out with my daughter. I didn't really want to film an episode of anything. I just wanted to enjoy my time on the bank with my daughter. So yeah, I think I might head up there Monday morning and go and do a 24-hour up on there. But we'll just see how the remainder of the next 24-hour goes, and then yeah, I'll make a decision after that. But for now, I'm going to reel in a minute. We're on like 7 o'clock now, but because I only live about 15 minutes from here, so I'm going to reel in, head off home, go and get all cleaned up and everything like that. I might even pop to the gym for a quick hour, you know, work off some of these cupcakes and Rice Krispie cakes and everything that Leigh's been feeding me with this weekend. I feel like I've been a right naughty boy this weekend. After losing a stone in 3 weeks, I feel like I've probably put that back on. So yeah, I might nip in the gym for an hour, smash out a workout, and then get back down the lake and spend a good few hours with the lads then before they have to head off. So that's what's happening up until now, and what will be happening probably for the remainder of the session. So yeah, until I get back a bit later on, I'll speak to you soon, guys. Carpers. So sadly we've come to the end of Leigh and Alex's 48-hour session with me now on the bank. Obviously I've still got another 24 hours ahead of me as well, so don't get tuning off just yet. Hopefully there'll still be another fish or two, as Leigh's just about to tell you what's been happening at the minute.
Yeah, well, unfortunately my swim has about the last hour and a half, absolute tops, has just become alive.
It's pretty much all over, isn't it, as well? They've just started boshing everywhere.
Seen loads of fish boshing out, this, that and the other, but we have noticed there's been loads of like flying ants about. Ducks and bird life are just going mad on the top. But
yeah, they're loving them out here, isn't it, as well? There's just dots of them everywhere.
But it is what it is, isn't it? You know, unfortunately, got a ferry to catch. But
yeah, that's the only part. See, if it weren't for that bloody ferry, you'd be able to stay on a few extra hours and hopefully we can one out. But well, at least you had one though, haven't you? Like,
yeah,
you've had a nice fully scaled as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've been happy. It's been a it's a lovely lake, and you know, I really enjoyed the session, and
Yeah, it's
you know,
good.
it's been absolutely.
We've had a
pleasure,
good
mate.
social as well.
Yeah, that's it. Been nice
Yeah.
meeting you, and fed
Yeah,
well,
and you.
and loads of cupcakes, and
Yep, no, yeah.
thanks
I've
to
got
my
to-
sister-in-law.
Yeah,
bless her.
yeah. Thank you very much. If you do end up watching this.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
mean,
back in the gym for me next week. I think now
yeah,
work
well,
hard.
so, yeah, I'll be doing a fair bit of work, but yeah, but I don't, less of the working out, but it's
Yeah.
what it is, isn't it? But
That's
you know,
it,
it's been. I've really enjoyed it, and like I say, I absolutely really appreciate sort of like you're doing the generosity and that. Like, it's been, you know, yeah, quite humbled by it all.
No,
And,
that's brilliant. Yeah, that's what this is all about, mate.
Definitely, we'll be coming back out here. Again.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I was saying, weren't we? I think we are going to try and make this like a little yearly thing or twice a year or something. Even.
I mean, it'd be brilliant, and I mean, obviously, yeah, you know, sort of like some nice fish in here to go at, and
yeah,
it's
well worth it, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's been a really good crack. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's
Like I
good.
say, thanks very much.
That's what the plan was anyway. You know, even though it started off a bit tricky for us all at the start of it, didn't it? But yeah, we at least you've managed to fish on the bank.
Yeah, but that's it.
And then finishing off the day as well on the old pole there as well, whipping out some nice little fully scales.
Back the old childhood memories.
That's it. Yeah, watching that float poke under the water.
Quite a few years now these days, but you know, it's all they're slowly growing up here. That is what it is, and it's all about enjoyment, isn't it, these days? And
that's it.
You
Yeah.
know, don't give a monkey's how big they are, as long as you
That's
enjoy
it,
yourself.
you're having a
and
laugh, innit? That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've had a good little time on the bank.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about at the end of the day, isn't it? And there has been a few fish caught along the way.
Well, that's it.
Hopefully there'll be a few more tonight as well.
I'll tell you what, I'm expecting text messages tomorrow.
Yeah, well, don't be too expectant. Just in case. But yeah, Lee, all the best, mate. Really good to meet
Absolutely,
you.
like I say, absolute pleasure, and like I say, really appreciate you doing what you've done, and thanks very
problem,
much. And highly recommend coming out to these lakes as well. Tight lines.
Tight lines, yeah. Evening, carpers. Just thought I'd give you all a quick update of what my plans are for this evening. As you're all aware now, Alex and Lee, they've headed off home. They'll probably just be getting off the ferry about this time now. It's just coming on 7:30. But yeah, the lake has just really come alive this evening. The fish are crashing all over the place. I don't know whether it's got something to do. There's flying ants all over the place today. I don't know where they've come from all of a sudden, but they've just been dropping out the trees and everything. And the lake is just covered with them. The ducks are going mad for them on there. So yeah, I don't know whether that's like just really kick-started the carp up or something. And they're all boshing out all over the place. What I've got going on up the left, for me, that's where they've been, up towards the reed line and back towards me. There's been quite a few, and I seen one that was a good fish as well. So yeah, definitely an upper 20, and he came out and then he went and then bashed back out again. So yeah, I've had to make a decision to set the 2 rods I had on the trees that haven't really done anything all weekend. I'll put them back up towards that end now. I've still got the one fishing to the reeds to my right, to the right of the tree, where I've had my 2 bites from. So that one's going to be staying there. What I've done now though is there's a little tree up towards my left hand side, a nice bushy tree there. Well, I baited that on the first day we was here. I actually fished it, but because of that problem we had with the small fish throughout the night, that's whittled that the bottom bait down, and the pop-up was just left on there, so it's fishing off the bottom. So you know, wasn't really fishing efficiently there. That's more than likely the reason why I didn't get a take or anything on that rod. But yeah, I switched off of them spots on the set yesterday and went both on the trees. So all that area up there where I put quite a bit of baiting on the Friday morning has just had no lines in there really. It hasn't really been fished, and now the fish are boshing pretty much all over them areas. So yeah, I've gone now with my left hand rod just off that tree. It's about a rod length off, and all I've done is just got me 22 millers and just done a nice little scattering around there, probably of about 15 freebies, but just spaced them all out. So you know, when the carp are in there, they'll hopefully build up a bit of confidence, and you know, they'll be sucking them baits right in. And then same again, the middle rod is aimed towards the middle of the reeds and probably about a rod length off of there. And that's pretty much where I've seen carp show all weekend up there as well, just on that spot, probably a rod length or 2 away from the reeds, aiming dead centre at them. So yeah, I've got one up there, and then I've gone around again and just flicked a few freebies. I did put a generous amount of bait in there on Friday, so I reckon they've really got in there. It's clouded up pretty much all the way along there as well. You know, I can see fish in the reeds up there as well. So yeah, hopefully this little change now will pay off. And never know, maybe snatch that 30 that I've been chasing in there for a good while now. Let's keep our fingers crossed and hope so. But yeah, I'm going to keep my eyes on this water now for the rest of the evening. It's an absolutely beautiful evening this evening. It's really cleared up, the sun's shining. It's just about to peak down now beyond the trees, just up to the top end of the lake here. And yeah, the carp are really putting on a show tonight, so I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to sit back, enjoy this show that they're putting on, and hopefully I'll see you shortly with a chunk. Oh, as he gets a bleep, come on. Carpers. We're currently on 6 AM in the morning. I'm not long ago woke up, and yeah, I'm a bit befuddled really. I really thought I'd have a fish through the night last night. The amount of action I've seen up to that left hand side, had a couple of bleeps through the night, and about it just didn't happen. Sometimes it's just the way it goes, isn't it? The night that looked like it was the more favourable night for something to happen, and nothing happens. Ain't that just the way it goes? Yeah, but I'm supposed to, in the next hour or so, I'm possibly going to be moving up onto that top lake to go and film another episode up there for you. But I'm in two minds though now. I don't know whether to just stay on here for another 24 hours, finish off my time on here, and try and bag a 30. You know, I really do want a 30 out of this lake. But also, you know, I need to keep the content coming through as well, so filming another episode would be a good idea. So I'm in two minds of what to do at the minute. If I go up there as well, you know, I'm going to be working hard today because it's just constant bombing and I'm absolutely shattered. So it could be pick the lazy way out, carry on fishing here and aim to try and catch a 30 in the next 24 hours. Or try and wake myself up a bit, pack everything away, get it all moved up to the top pond. Yeah, and have a cracking 24 hours up there, catching a good few fish. Just don't know what to do at the minute. I might just give it an hour and then wait till I wake up a little bit and then see how I feel then. Right then, Carpers, I've made the decision. I am going to go and have that move up to that top pond. As much as I would enjoy staying down here now for another 24 hours and trying to catch that 30, you know, it's looking like it's going to be a cracking day today weather-wise. The top pond gets open to the elements quite a bit, so you know it's going to make for some decent filming up there today as well. So I've got to make the best of that opportunity that I've got there at my disposal. So yeah, I'm going to get up there today and film another episode for you guys. So that's the end of this episode, sadly. But all in all, hasn't been too bad, you know. 72 hours. The last 24 hours was no fish on the bank, sadly. But yeah, all in all, 3 bites, 2 fish landed, plus Lee having a fish as well. So it's been quite a good episode, to be fair, and quite a good session. I'm more than happy with how it's gone, you know, how much of a struggle it was at the start of the episode, at the start of the session, with them small ones, and then yeah, finally figuring out the tactic to get around them and keep them off of them baits. And yeah, it worked, you know, I had 2 fish, Lee had a fish. What I did notice as well this morning, when I've reeled them in, now they've been out there since 8 o'clock last night, them nuts double 22 millers, you know, they hadn't even been pecked at one little bit. So I know they were fishing all night long, them baits. So yeah, I'm happy with that, and I'm happy that we got the decision and the tactics right in the end. As always, guys, as well, if you like what you're watching, hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and turn on them notifications as well, so you can stay up to date with all the episodes that I'm putting out for you guys. And yeah, I really do appreciate everyone that does hit that subscribe button. Like I say, I could have continued here now today for this chase for the 30 for myself personally, but I'm opting to head up to that top pond, go and film another episode and hopefully bag up a load of fish today. hopefully some decent ones will turn up as well, and hopefully we'll catch you a catfish, maybe a big one. I did have a 48 pound catfish out of there last week, so you never know, we might get the bigger one today. She's 40, well, last time she was caught was 49 as well, so yeah, please do hit that subscribe button guys, I really do appreciate it. And yeah, until the next episode, tight lines.